Bob's Nation radio station, the only radio station playing the Restricted Room every Friday, 8 p.m. Best old school, new school, and R&B and reggae.
You are now entering the Restricted Room with your host, Romeo, co-host, Ada Soul. In this room, we work on your mind, body, soul, and finances. Because you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me. And for that, I appreciate you. Let's go.
This what happened when I think about you. I get in my feelings, yeah. I start reminiscing, yeah. Next time around, fuck, I want it to be different, yeah. Waiting on a sign, guess it's time for a different prayer. Lord, please save her for me. Do this one favor for me. I had to change my player ways, got way too complicated for me. I hope she's waiting for me. Everywhere she go, they playing my songs. That's why I say the things that I say that way. I know you can't ignore me. It's so, yeah. So give me all of you in exchange for me. Just give me all of you in exchange for me. For me. Break it down. Yes, sir. Check. We used to lay up and then stay up, have sex and then blow dang. I shouldn't have played no games with you, just leveled up my brain. Last time I saw you, we ain't speak. That was strange. Guess there's nothing I could do. Man, it's true. Exes change. Yeah. Hey. Guess you changed for the better. Better. I know you know how to make me jealous. I was never loyal, let you tell it, yo. But I'm ready to fix it if you ready, baby. So. Yeah. So give me all of you in exchange for me. Just give me all of you in exchange for me. For me. For real, Sean. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Is you at 2 keys or 10 roof? Turn up, we until we just getting loose. Baby, I'm low-key feeling you. Don't be cynical and fuck you over. Wanna fuck you over. And again, the truth is I ain't really here to start problems. Girl, I swear to God, them hoes can't never say they got him. Know how bad you wanna tell them, don't try him. I don't wanna tell them, let's surprise them. I don't wanna get into it, why you stressing them? I've been driving back and forth from Louisville to Lexington. Mileage on the whip, got your ass in my grip. College, make you wanna strip for them dollars. Nah, girl, I got a job for you. Swear to God, I could do a lot for you. Saw you strolling through the campus, I had to stop for you. I was scrolling through the gram, girl, I had to follow you. Say what's up with you.
I know you've been hearing that this is the place to be. Join your girl, Ada Soul, every Friday from 8 to 9 on the Restricted Room, playing all the best R&B and reggae hits. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. What a confrontation. This will be it. Now look at me at 2:45. I wanna go home. That's where I should be. Don't know what to do or what I should say. Gotta make up my mind before night turns to day. Early, she told me, I'll be waiting for you, honey. I'll make something special for you. Now how am I gonna enter? I can't afford to wait with lipstick stains. I've got to tiptoe. Now double trouble is waiting. It's wrapped up in my bed. I'm tired, I'm sleepy, can't take the noggin in my head. Double trouble is waiting, it's wrapped up in my bed. I'm so tired, I wanna go home. Now this is my gate, Wonder if she's awake or asleep. If I know her well, she's somewhere taking a peek. What will my story be? This one better be good. Should I tell her I had a confrontation with Robin Hood? Be early, she told me. I'll be waiting for you, honey. I'll make something special for you. Now how am I gonna enter? I can't afford to wait her with lipstick stains. I've got to tiptoe. Now double trouble is waiting. It's wrapped up in my bed. I'm tired, I'm sleepy. Can't take the noggin in my head. Double trouble is waiting. It's wrapped up in my bed. I'm so tired. I wanna go home. Now I'm worried for my life. It's going to fight. When I'm finally inside, will I still be alive? Now fate's behind the door. Gotta promise her a tour. The night is so cold, I can't take it no more, no. She told me, be early. I'll be waiting for you, honey. I'll make something special for you. Now how am I gonna enter? I can't afford to wait her with lipstick stains. I've got to tiptoe. So double trouble is waiting. It's wrapped up in my bed. I'm so tired, I'm sleepy. Can't take the noggin in my head. Double trouble is waiting.
Vibes Nation Radio Station, the only radio station playing the Restricted Room, every Friday, 8 p.m.
Yeah. Let me catch your vibe. Let's just take our time. Just relax your mind and take it easy. Don't have to decide. You do, I do. I don't have to be mine. Let's take it easy. Get me so far, babe. We've been through the 305 highway. Loving how you ride in the fast lane. Made me wanna say that's my babe. Yeah. Then it gotta be, hey, gotta be chill like a Sunday. Never wanna look too thirsty, but your drip got me feeling way. Make you feel lucky, lucky. Make you wanna love me, baby. When you with me, baby, got no worries, worries. I love it when you touch me, feeling so lovely, lovely. Make me wanna love me, make me feel lucky, lucky. Let me catch your vibe. Let's just take our time. Just relax your mind and take it easy. Don't have to decide. You do, I do. I don't have to be mine. And take it easy. And take it easy.
When you pull up on my side, babe, speeding down a 101 highway, moving too fast, couldn't see the play, but you see the look in my face, so you know what it is. Pedal to the metal, on gas, no way. Girl, I would never get in your way. I'ma shut up and let you drive. Put that thing to the floor, one for the ride.
Make you wanna love me, baby. When you with me, baby, got no worries. I love it when you touch me, feeling so lovely, lovely. Make me wanna love me, make me feel lucky, lucky. Let me catch your vibe. Let's just take our time. Just relax your mind and take it easy. Don't have to
This topic came to me. I'm gonna tell you why this topic. We're gonna jump right into the topic, man. Polygamy and monogamy, because there's a lot going on with this right now. There's a lot going on with this topic. It's like everywhere I turn, there's this opening of the mind of the way people are seeing things. Not only in politics, not only in entrepreneurship, but relationships, marriage. The things that were the rules that had to be followed is kind of like, well, I don't know. I think there's a better way, and the things that were so forbidden are not that forbidden anymore. So we're gonna play a little bit of polygamy versus monogamy. I'm gonna play the polygamy side. I was forced into playing the polygamy side. I was pushed. It was against my will. I promise. You're gonna play the monogamy side. You've been married before, right?
I have.
How was that? How long were you married for?
So I, was with someone for a very long time, 8 years. Got married though on the 8th year and only lasted 6 months. Ain't that funny?
Married for about 6-7 months.
Yeah.
How long were you together before that?
We were together like 7 years, 7, 8 years. Yep. Most of my 20s. And then when we got married,
I want you to remember something here now. You're on the monogamy side. So here you were single or in a relationship for 7 years, 6, 7 years. You get married in the last 6, 7 months. Interesting. I feel like
you have to.
Coming back to this.
Yeah, we could come back to this. I
feel like
we have to consider where I was at that time, where he was at that time, how how young we were, and and some for me it's like in that experience I'm not gonna say that I married as an illusion, because it wasn't that I truly thought that was someone that I was gonna spend the rest of my life with, right? But if we want to go back, it's kind of like, I don't want to say I settled, but then it's like, I felt like, well, if I'm going to deal with all this with someone, I might as well deal with him, right? And work it out.
Did you feel that way before you got married?
We had issues before we got married, and for some reason I felt like, because we've been through things during those 7 years, I felt like we can overcome anything. And I felt like at that time, I felt like all relationships, which you do, you go through things, but sometimes you just don't overcome those things. And I thought that making that step, or, doing that, agreeing to getting married and moving forward was going to make it better. But the truth of the matter is that marriage, if you're not on in the same plane, if you're not in the same eye to eye, it's not gonna work out whether you're married or not, right? And so
let's start from there, because I really feel like that is the main difference between both of them. So monogamy, aka the way we're speaking about it, is marriage, the traditional way.
Yeah.
I feel like the motive for that is different than a man or a woman that marries two people, right? So the person that gets married to the one person, it's supposed to be 100% religious, but also it's kind of like the next step. The same way we see college, the same way we see a child. It is literally a checkbox, or a box you need to check off your to-do list in life. It's getting married, right? So that's the motive behind that marriage. Now, the motive behind the person that marries two people, and this is just my opinion, kind of like an asshole. Everybody has one. It's just my opinion. So the person that marries two people, a woman that marries two men, or a man that marries two women, it's more for a structure, a plan that is being put together, right? That will be accomplished better this way. We can do it the traditional way, or we can do it this way and accomplish what they want to accomplish times two. Now, watch this.
Go ahead.
In the mix of it all, I tell you what I feel is different. There's a lot more honesty in a polygamous relationship than a monogamous one. Okay? There is a lot more honesty. So because the motive, I believe, stems from monogamy, stems from a little bit of pressure. There's that pressure of marriage when it comes to monogamy. With polygamy, there's pressure. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're setting your own rules. So you get away from that pressure. You're able to start fresh. You're able to say, this is what makes me happy. This is what I like, don't like. She's able to be honest. Everybody's able to be honest. When you get married to one person the way you might not be able to be honest about everything.
Polygyny, that's a man with multiple women. Then we have polyandry, which is women with multiple
two men.
And it's interesting how...
That's correct. And there's one more. I'm going to let you get to your point. There's one more. So you have group marriage where a one person is already married. They join families with another married couple. But go ahead. Right.
So it's interesting, though, how there's more polygyny relationships than polyandry, women with more men. Not that that doesn't exist, because it does exist. But polygyny, where the men have more women, is more common. Now, for me, I'm for monogamy because you mentioned something about being open, first and foremost, and being honest. The truth is that you should be honest in a monogamy relationship. Does it happen? No, not all the time. But if you're not being honest with your spouse, then you shouldn't be a spouse. You shouldn't be a spouse. And I feel like with polygamy, I find that to be personally kind of selfish because, when you're in a monogamous relationship, you're no longer thinking just about yourself. You now have to consider another person. You're building a life with another person. Everything that you do is now you and another person. And a lot of people can't handle that. They can't handle that because for me, I feel like they want their cake and eat it too. Now, it does work for people, right? Like, it does work for people. Jada Smith and Will Smith just came out with that they finally admitted that they are now life partners.
Dr. Umar just married two women. Yeah.
Right. So they consider themselves as life partners. And if that works for you, hey, kudos to you. But for me, a monogamy relationship is important because I feel like you're considering me and only me, and we're building together. We are, creating a life together, and we're not including anybody else. And in that monogamous relationship,
isn't that selfish? Wouldn't that be considered selfish? So before you bust your head, before you break your brain, let me show you why, right? When you're dealing with relationships, it is very easy to call something selfish, but the truth be told, we need to start looking at relationships more in a selfish manner. We need to make sure that we are good. Because what happens now is you now lead this man that says, okay, I don't want to be selfish. But at the end of the day, I really do want another woman in this bed. I'm just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
The non-selfish side of me doesn't say anything. He plays his role. He plays his position. Some men are weaker than others, but whenever that pressure comes, and most of the time if you're dealing with a good man, or you're just, honestly, if you're dealing with it, it's going to come. The pressure's going to come. These women are all over, all ages, doing all types of things. So when that pressure does come and he does break, now you're in a situation where it's like, okay, he cheated on me. Well, he loves you. He cares about you. He don't even care about the person he had sex with, but he was not able to be honest with you because the relationship that he's in did not allow that level of honesty. With that level of honesty, there would be no relationship.
That was a brand new song by Rotimi named Decision. Interesting, because now we're jumping right into Motivation by Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
Make mama proud.
motivation. Girl, I turn that thing into a rainforest. Rain on my head, call that brainstorming. Yeah, this is deep, oh, but I go deeper. Make you lose yourself and find us keepers. It go green light, go easy go. I like to taste that sugar, that sweet and low. But hold up, wait, new position. I put her on my plate, then I do the dishes. She my motivation, I'm her transportation. Cause I let her ride while I drive her crazy. Then I just keep going like I'm racing. When I'm done, she hold me like a conversation. We say, babe. You can't stop it. Music still playing in the background, and you're almost there. You know that I believe in you, baby. So close from here. One lover, when you call my name, no other can do that the same. No, I won't let you get about the game. No, so go lover, gonna make me rain. And when we're done, I wanna feel my legs. And when we're done, I just wanna feel your hands all over me, baby. But you can't stop it. Music still playing in the background, and you're almost there. You know I believe in you, baby. So close from here. Baby, I'ma be your motivation.
If you love spending your time listening to some good music, having great convo with a glass of wine, join me, your girl, Ada Soul, every Friday at 8 p.m. on the Restricted Room. That's just being.
Let me break down polygamy from my perspective. Let's be honest about from my perspective. I'm just, polygamy for me is a man realizing, okay, I'm willing to make this sacrifice. And yes, that's the word I use. I use it. I'm willing. I'm going to give up because men are boys. I'm going to give up my boyish ways to be this man, this husband, this father. But this is what I would want. This is how I see it working, and this is what I think is best. Because a lot of time with these relationships, polygamous relationship, you see that they got a lot of kids. The man wants a lot of kids. Unless she's willing to provide him with the 8 and 12 kids that he wants, he has another wife. So he's able to accomplish that. He's able to accomplish the financial aspect of it. One could stay home, save money on daycare. The second one go at work. That's still two
crazy.
incomes coming home. We saving money and we double making money. House. Credit, combined credit of 3 heads. Everybody working together. What's wrong with your credit? Boom, we're going to fix that. Your credit, boom. Oh, you got your credit good? Boom. We're going to do this, boom, and we're going to open this business. This is a collective group of people now, a balance of 3. See, 2, it tips. It goes left, it goes right. It can be off balance at any point. 3 is a triangle. It's balanced.
So those.
I am not saying that a man can't meet a woman and start from the bottom and build. It has happened, it can happen, and it's going to continue to happen.
People don't want to put in the work. That's it. People don't want to put in the work, so they want the easy way out. So they want multiple people to fulfill that. They don't want to put in the work. love is work. Being in a monogamous relationship is work, and it's not easy. And that's the thing.
Yeah, but
It's not
polygamy
easy.
don't
You
mean
have
that
to
there's
work.
not love. Polygamy
But
doesn't
but
mean
but
love is
but
not safe.
you're saying that you get to your goals faster, and I hear you with that. But you don't need to be in a polygamous relationship in order to do those things. It just takes more work, more dedication, more
that
work,
sounds
more respect,
so good.
and people are not
Ada.
willing to do that these days. They just don't want it. They want to eat people, society. Whoever's in those polygamous relationships, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. And the relationship, it takes time. It takes work. It takes disappointment. It takes failing and getting back up again. It takes working together. It takes building. It takes
but some people have Stop. This is so important. This is so important.
Man, you gotta
listen to me. Listen to me. Some people have bigger aspirations than a successful relationship. Some people's aspirations is a successful family.
And that is why you're just not finding someone that's in the same alignment, that's ready to build with you and reach those goals together. So yes, you have all these aspirations and you can reach it another way, and it's not just love and all these other things you want to do, but you can still do that in a monogamous relationship. And so, not that there's no love in a polygamous relationship, there's love, yes, but what is wrong with working towards that goal with one person?
Gallus remix featuring Chris Brown and Popcorn. Just remember, you heard it here first.
She gon' slide right to my side. I know she pulled up with a friend. Then we skirt off in the bed. Took her back to my crib, and I regret it. She tryna feel like she asleep, so she tried to stay the whole week. I'm like, oh nah, she gotta go. Ask me her name, I swear I don't even fucking know. They wanna know why the girl them dip on me. Them I ain't green, them I ain't just sip on me. They wanna know why them love him up so much. Like what is the reason? It's just the vibe and that shy. Put her legs in the sky whenever I pull up. She got her clothes off from the walking. She won't waste no time. She don't want nobody else, I know. But I can't be what she wants. They all have the same story. They all want me to themselves. But she don't wanna go tonight. She don't wanna be alone. She would rather me turn on my phone. Don't take me. I offer. Take out the clothes that I bought her. She want me to live up to the hype, but she don't wanna send me. I wanna tell her I got her, yeah. And this will be no problem, yeah. Get her laying nonsense. Yeah, you gotta keep an eye on me, not tell her this is my palace. I don't wanna have to explain to a man where's Gallus. It's the vibe, I'm that guy. She put her legs in the sky whenever I pull up. She got her clothes off when we walk. She won't waste no time. She don't want nobody else, I know. But I can't be what she wants. They all have the same story. They all want me to themselves, but I'm a Gallus, bad man king. Y'all them crown me king. Yeah, me a three best friend. These just them. May the next friend watch. Some test them. We da get alright. Keep our legs them wide. Then we make alright. Yeah, run, Gallus die. Run, die. Oh, when you're doing that thing. Why not your pretty little body for me? Give you a back in the yellow arty. Also big how you fit in those things. Y'all them love me like the beast, yeah. Jiggle your body and make me see it, yeah. Unruly style cooler than a sleeveless. Marry me papi, then beg me please, yeah. You know me, we can't do titles. The pussy mind, though. Can't let her roll, split be tight by though. I know she go wherever I go. Whenever I pull up, it's a light show. Hang with me, we ain't gotta try. Every idea, but we gon' be alright. That pussy wet like a fall, pussy wet like a fall. I know her body, oh I know. Like why you sweating me like this? She follow me to the bathroom. She don't wanna wait to get nasty. She said she want me, or she want like she have no mind. Ooh, it's a drive to no mind. If I don't speak, you won't speak, I know. You a freak, I know. Life of a Gallus.
Vibes Nation Radio Station, the only radio station playing the Restricted Room. Every Friday, 8 p.m.
I see them dealing with the youth, them like an asset. Selling out without us, we put money in them pocket. Fund the youth, them lock it long before them in them teens. No English, mathematics, so somatic in them genes. Say that the regime, autocratic with the scheme. Cycle now go stop it as dramatic as it seems. Our children, them have dreams in their eyes and see the green. We need to make them know so them are king and them are queen. When the little girl I walk, the slower makes she pass. Every day you want your dirty big man friend a talk about her, but you ride a shot, so no one fi take it off. Alerting of the dark, then you think you get my cross. Mommy, where is your daughter? Oh, Papa, where is your son? What's gonna happen to a future when we start at them lost and we son up us gone? Oh, Mommy, where is your daughter? Oh, Papa, where is your son? What's gonna happen to a future when we start at them lost and we son up us gone? No, if you really take the prayer from the yard, you bend the tree. The first teachers is immediate family, but mommy Africa no work that in a penitentiary. So what's it gonna be? Who's gonna boil the baby pea? Well, uncle on the work, no him there, yard alert. Somehow him find himself under little on the skirt. Traumatized and now, in a youth up on the line, some the lost, and me can't do what to find. Oh, mommy, where is your daughter? Oh, Papa, where is your son? What's gonna happen to a future when we dance at them lost and we son of us gone? Oh, mommy, where is your daughter? Oh, Papa, where is your son? What's gonna happen to a future? What's gonna happen to the future? Mommy, but don't take it off.
Join me, Romeo,
And me, Ada Soul, in the Restricted Room.
where we arouse your mind, body, and soul, playing all the R&B hits. Every Friday, 8 p.m. See you there.
Almost missing my flight today. I look good even though I feel shitty. I just got back out this way. You already got plans for the city. Call them off, cause you call them off for me. You're always going on and on. Got it all, ask me why you'll never leave. I don't go out much, but you should come through tonight. I'm chilling on the west side, boo. Call my homegirl, tell your best friend you can slide through. On the low, remote location. I don't want to see me getting faded. You should come through tonight. I only kick it with a tight crew. They won't tell, cause they tryna live their best life too. On the low, on my own, I'll be waiting. Hit me on my phone, I'll be waiting. Yeah. Looking at you cry, going crazy. If I could, I would take the pain away. I don't see that smile I made. You already make plans that ain't we made. Trying hard, I've been trying hard to breathe. Inhale, exhale, you spell what you've been doing to me. Fighting it off, you've been fighting me off for weeks. Don't leave, cause I need you, but you should come through tonight. I'm chilling on the If you ask me how I'm feeling, I say yes to going out tonight. Oh, I ain't did that in a minute. Call it off, won't call it off for you. You're always going on and on. Ask me why I'm not with you. I don't go out much, but you should come through tonight. I'm chilling on the west side, boo. Call my homegirl, tell your best friend you can slide through on the low location. I don't want them see me getting faded. You should come through tonight. I only kick you with a tight crew. They won't tell 'cause they tryna live their best life too. On the low, on my own, I'll be waiting. Hit me on my phone, I'll be waiting. Yeah, waiting. Hit me on my phone, I'll be waiting. Waiting, yeah. Hit me on my phone, yeah. Oh, I'll be waiting, yeah. Give me a no, yeah. Give me a call, yeah. Give me a call, yeah.
A sacrifice. I feel like it is kind of selfish. It is kind of selfish.
I said that. I said that when you talk about polygamy, there's levels of selfishness in there but it's not only from the man. Okay, so remember when we speak about polygamy, here's a woman that has two husbands. Okay, I've seen that happen. Too damn right she is. Woo! You ain't lying about that. You are not lying about that. You understand? The problem is for me, and I'm just being honest. And this might sound like, oh, you're contradicting yourself. Well, hey, so be it. That's just because this is something I don't understand. Because to me, I don't understand it from a woman to men perspective because I'm not understanding what the man is doing.
That's the bias. That's what. It's okay.
Well, I can explain why. I can understand what the women. I can understand it from the other perspective. I can explain how it benefits everybody, how it brings balance, how the head is the man. The husband, wife, two wives, kids. It's that's the natural way of life. I mean, a man marrying two women is not new. I mean, it's in the Bible. It's not new. It's only shunned upon in certain places. So we're not going to look at a man marrying two women as something so far-fetched. It's been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, right? But you haven't seen it the opposite way thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And maybe for that reason, I can't understand it as much. But I just don't understand. With two men, who's the man of the house? Once I see two men, I automatically say, okay, she's the man of the house.
Well, she's a selfish one. So, I mean,
she would be the man.
She's the one running the show.
She would have to be the one running the show for it to work. It's the only way. You see how it's still a natural. She's still.
But just like he and two women, he's running the show. You have two women. They're both being selfish. And even polygamy relationship, that's what I don't agree with, and that's why monogamy. It is, it's an act of being, I guess, not necessarily selfless, but you're not being selfish because you're considering someone else, and so like she said, there is a sacrifice. I don't really like to use a sacrifice word because I feel like if it's a sacrifice, I feel like a sacrifice sounds so terrible, like you're giving up so much.
We have been programmed.
You shouldn't be sacrificing for
love.
Oh my
Lord, we need to have another episode about this. The word sacrifice is the most beautiful thing in the world. And they have taught us that this tone that sacrifice is negative. I shouldn't have to sacrifice. Or sacrificing too much is bad. Or sacrificing is not a good thing. It's kind of like you only sacrifice if it's the last resort.
Well, sacrifice is beautiful because, in a sense, again, you're giving of yourself for something else, for someone else. So yeah, sacrificing can be beautiful because you are being selfless. You're not being selfish, and you're not just thinking about yourself. So in
Yeah,
that
but
sense,
that's
it
the
is
point I'm
beautiful.
trying to
But
make here. That's the point I'm trying to make here. You say you don't like the word sacrifice, but you're not
because of the
understanding. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. There is nothing that you're going to do in life that does not include sacrifice, not to move forward, nothing positive, nothing that includes growth, positive, moving forward, accomplishing, nothing that includes, if you want to do backwards, you could do a lot going backwards and don't sacrifice anything, because that's how you go backwards, is by not making sacrifices. When you are in a relationship, you need to get into that relationship head on, knowing I need to be able to make sacrifices, because that's the first thing that matters.
Yeah, you have to kind of kill the flesh, which is
You
the
gotta
lustful
make
behavior.
sacrifices.
What?
So those women that are marrying that man, what they're saying is this: I've been down the road before. I've tried the one-on-one. I've found one that I love and that I want to build a family with. Is it perfect the way my mother and father were married, in a sense of perfection, in a sense of one-on-one? No. But it's 3 of us. It's 4 of us. I like the 2 other girls. It actually works. I see my mother and my father struggle as a family. Here I am in this big old family. We got our own cook that comes on the weekend, because the family is so big that they need somebody to come and help them cook Friday and Saturdays. They pay for that, and there's waffles and the breakfast on Saturday morning look like something in a resort, because it's literally 16 of them, and they got the money, they got the house, they got the backyard. There's 4 cars in the garage, and there's bicycles in the back. There's land, there's property.
And you know what? And there's also monogamous relationships that have that, that have all of that. Why? Because you working towards it, you have goals, and you can do it with. Because I've seen couples married for years be able to get to that point. So to say that in order for you to have that life, you have to be in a polygamous relationship, I disagree. I feel like if you are in a monogamous relationship, you could still reach those same goals and be successful. And someone who's gonna suck everything out of you and be a monkey on your back versus someone who's going to build with you. And that's what those conversations, those early conversations when you're dating someone, those are the conversations that you should be having. You're going to date someone and they're not going to be perfect, because nobody's perfect. But the fact that you're willing to work together, uncover those things, even heal together in order to break generational curses, because that's another topic, right? We're willing to put in the work to create the family that you want to create, that you may have not had. You have to be in alignment with that person and have those deep conversations in the beginning, because nobody is perfect. Now, if you're going to get with a leech and you're going to get with someone who's not going to build with you and is not going to try and is not going to do their part, then that's your problem. Now you put yourself in a position where you did that. You did that. And I think that, like you said, yes, there's a lot of times you date someone and you're stuck in this illusion of what it could be, hoping, and we ignore, those now the whole big thing now on social media is those red flags, ignoring those red flags, right? Because you're hoping, and it's like you have to work towards those things. You have to find someone that maybe is not, fully where you're at, but where you can meet together and work together in the goals that you're looking to reach together. And I don't think that's far-fetched.
Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with more right after this.
The look within your eyes, it makes me wonder why, lady, you wanna get with me, darling. When I thought we were just friends, then you made your move for me. You started moving on me strongly, even though nobody was around. Still had to tell you to slow it down. And you know, there's always gonna be another day. time to make love and the time to play. What I'm trying to say, take love slowly.
I know what to do. Yeah, I know. And I wanna talk about it. And I know you don't. I've been holding guard for so long. And I don't know where to start. Now. Tell me where you hide. Where do you go? Tell me is she nice? She know, I know. Tell me why you lie. Tell me why. I don't know what to call now. What you did? Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forgive it. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay around if I let them down like this. Right when I let my guard down, you play around. And no, not this time, but we can't haste it out. It's too late for me to stay. I wish all the things you say was what you beneath your display. No, I could have done without lies. And no thought of love is blind. This just don't feel right. Ain't no more me, ain't no more you. What you did? Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forgive it. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay around if I let them down. Oh, what you did? Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forgive it. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay around if I let them down. Oh, you did call me, I'm so down. Oh, I won't excuse it, I don't wanna go down. Do you know that you've been the reason I'm so low? So you tell me to stay here, but you know that I won't. 'Cause I still can't believe. What you did? No. Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forgive it. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay around if I let them down. Oh, what you do? Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forgive it. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay around if I let them down. Oh, big world. I would never do it right. Don't judge it,
So in conclusion, I would say this. Whether you agree with polygamy or monogamy, I think we all should agree with being happy. See, regardless of the pressure from your job, your friends, your family, or your religion, keeping your eyes on the prize, which is your priority, and keeping them aligned is going to be the most important things as you face your challenges. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your spouse. And do not let the outside world redirect you from what makes you happy. And in the process, don't forget, always have the conversations that your mother and grandmother were afraid to have. Because those are the conversations that we need to have. And thank you for joining us here on another episode. Hope to see you here next week. Same time, same place.
Never thought that I would find all that I need in life. All I want, all I need. Now I know I found it in you. Found it in you. Found it in you. My love. Don't you ever dream.
Vibes Nation radio station, the only radio station playing the restricted room, every Friday, 8 p.m.
Vibes Nation radio station, the only radio station playing the restricted room, every Friday, 8 p.m. Best old school, new school, and R&B and reggae.